show. I'm your host, Jake Johnson, and you're watching Untethered Live on YouTube and on Rumble and everywhere else you can find a download find or download a podcast. I'm there. So tonight, Monday night Bible study. We're in the great book of 2 Kings, chapter 23, verse 24. That's where we left off last night. That's where we're going to pick up tonight. April Rain, you get the gold star. She says, I'm getting the gold star tonight, LOL. See you soon, much love. You win. You got it. You got it. Somebody give that woman a gold star. Amanda gave you a gold star. See there? Hey, Amanda, says Kevin Cox. I am at Gators. April? Well, there's no shock there. Amanda says, hi, Kevin. Good evening. Hi, chat. Good evening, all. Good to see you. Hi, Jake. How are you tonight? I'm fantastic. Thanks for asking, Amanda. Kevin Cox says, my top 5 podcasts is American Homestead, Wandering Hippie, Sasquatch, Ginger Billy, and Untethered Live with the Master Jake. How come I'm the last in rank there? That's bad. But I like your pick. You got some good picks there. Very nice. Cold Creek Croft says, good evening, all. Generally, I fade into the background as these go on, listening, watching during other distractions. But wow, quite an eclectic group of new folks showing later. Well, that's fantastic. It's nice to be growing. Cole, we always want you here. You know that. Hey, Cold Creek says, Kevin. Amanda says, good one, Kevin. I watched Jake, a couple of comedians, and Sarah Dawn. Yep. I watch everything. I got my eyes in all kinds of pies. That didn't come out right, but you knew what I meant. Hi, Cole, says Amanda. Fab Daddy, what's up, buddy? 4 people waiting. What? 6 people waiting when I hit play or record or whatever button that is. Amanda says, hi, Fab. Kevin says, my new favorite commercial. John Travolta as Santa in New York and doing his dance to Staying Alive. Staying alive. I don't know what his dance is. I didn't see that movie because I'm a man. Cold Creek Croft says, at Amanda, at Kevin, at Fab Daddy, at April, hi. I'm assuming the hi. Could be, but could be hi. Fab Daddy says, I'm just now recovering from my Halloween party. That's fantastic. It ain't Halloween yet. That's tomorrow. Don't listen to the government. They're trying to push everything back. They're lying to you. Get out while you can. Wear your tinfoil hat. The earth is flat. Elvis is alive. Come on. Hey, Fab Daddy, says Kevin Cox. Fab Daddy says, I partied from 3:30 until 2 a.m. Wow. Amanda says, and the countdown begins. Fun, Fab. Did you have a good time? Says Amanda. April says, hello, everyone. What's up, April? Welcome to the show. Good to see you, sweetheart. The music was spectacular, says Fab Daddy. That's fantastic. Best $25 concert ever. Well, you ain't been to mine yet. Mine's better. And cheaper. Kevin says, what did you dress as, Fab Daddy? April says, okay, Kev. April says, hello, Fab Daddy, much love. Fab Daddy says, I used fireplace soot and darkened my eyes. What does that make you? Did you go as a minstrel? You're not supposed to do that anymore. Woohoo, says April. LOL, Fab Daddy. MVTV, love ya. Cold Creek says, April Rain. Yo, Lisa Reen, welcome to the show. How are you, sweetheart? Hope you're doing well. Hello. I got caught up and saw last night's stuff. I missed you guys. We missed you too. I thought about you the whole episode. Where you been? Lisa Reen said, Amanda says, hi, Lisa Reen. April says, Lisa, good to see you. Amanda says, we missed you too. Cold Creek Croft says, Lisa Reen. April says, Amanda, much love. LOL, Fab Daddy. Kevin says, sports question. Detroit is playing the Los Angeles Raiders. Detroit has a special color blue they wear. Do you know the name of the color blue they wear and why? I would say Prussian blue, and it's because it was invented in Prussia. I don't know anything about sports, but that's a good answer as any other. Hi, April. Much love to you too. Hun, says Amanda. And Fab Daddy says, I was here last night, but not very talkative. I saw you. I'm glad you were here, though. We had a good read. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I did. We're going to have another good one tonight. I can feel it in my bones. Pull up a chair, take your shoes off, wiggle your toes in the carpet. It's going to be nice. April says, ha, 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 ha. He went as Dick Van Dyke as when he was in Mary Poppins movie, when he was the chimney sweep. I recognize that movie. I know what you're talking about. Fab Daddy says, I was still high. All right, now. Cold Creek Croft says, I was here last night, but in custody and on listening on the desk sergeant's laptop. Oh, wow. That's bad, right? What were you in custody for? April says, Lamal. Lisa Reen says, much love all. I'm at work tonight, and my workmate's called in, so I am going to have my earbuds in and probably be busy with my hands. So no typing for a bit. That's all right, Lisa Reen. We love you. I'm glad you're here listening. Nah, says Cold Creek Croft. Actually all legal these days and no active warrants. Yeah, you get it. It's a hard knock life. I think that's a different program, but I get it. Hawaii Blue, soldiers in WW2, who were from Detroit and stationed in Hawaii, came up with the color for the team. Aloha. Aloha. Hamana Wanalea. Or something. What you talking about, Hallie? I wish I could remember more Hawaiian words, but I can't right off the top of my head. Ohana. That's one. Ohana. Fab Daddy says, love you, Lisa Ream. And April says, I understand, Lisa Love. See, we got a very understanding bunch here. It's very nice. Tonight's episode is brought to you by this hot cup of coffee and the letter H in the number 8. How about that? H8I9J10. Or Jack. How about that? Then you got King. I wonder where they got that from. Hamacha, latte grande, says Fab Daddy. Hamacha. Hanaway. Cold Creek Croft says, I even donated the last 20 pumpkins to the local school through the couple that rescued me, along with a huge gift box. So I'm almost like an actual community member, a positive one. That's beautiful, Cold Creek Croft. I'm glad. April says, everybody please. There are 11 people in chat. And there's only 5 likes. Please hit that like button. Smash it real quick. Thank you, April. Kevin says, by the way, the Detroit Lions are 5-1 for the first time in many years. They beat KC Chiefs earlier this year and are a legitimate contender. Go Lions. Sorry, 5-2. 6, says Fab Daddy. Either way you look at it, they won, right? So I guess that's a good thing for the Lions. Go Detroit. 6 likes. Oh, well, thank you. After tonight, Fab Daddy, says Kevin. I think he thinks the same thing I thought, but either way, you got the point across. Thank you for the like. Everybody else can hit that like button. It'd be nice. And the trip into town showed that the after-wreck shimmy above 55 was just packed snow that melted. So no repairs I can't afford, GMC. That sounds like a commercial. Read that copy. April says, come on now, other lurkers. In the background, in the basement, hit the like button, please. Much love. Yeah, hit that like button. Fab Daddy says, Kevin's team won this weekend. I am happy. Kevin, my team won this weekend. I am happy. I'm happy for you. I don't care one way or the other, but I'm happy for you. Right on, Fab Daddy, says Kevin Cox. I guess it's his team, too. My team is Team Jake. And there's a lot of you on that team. And I'm working hard to make sure we are victorious every single day. In one way or another. Won't you join me in the battle? Stand beside me and fight, or carry bullets, or make sandwiches, or do something. We got a spiritual battle to win here. Warm night tonight at 24 degrees Fahrenheit. Sigh. Yeesh. It's like 70 degrees here right now. Amanda says, the Bucks lost as usual, and my college team kicked butt this weekend. Go Noles. How does Jake drink his coffee? Is it black? Can you see it? It's black. Because I'm out of creamer. And you made me spill coffee all over my leg. I hope you're happy. I drink my coffee. If it's a cup of coffee, I put 2 sugars and cream in it. If it's that cup of coffee, I put 4 sugars and cream in it. And now you know. And knowing is half the battle. I'll provide the popsicles to the troops, says Cold Creek Croft. Hey, that's fine, as long as you're doing something. April says, see you shortly, Kevin. Fat Daddy says, I can't see. Well, it's black. Tonight it's black, because I'm out of creamer. I am 6'0". I am not short, April. I'm 6 foot tall. I am not short. That would be an apostrophe and a quotation mark. The apostrophe stands for foot and the quotation mark stands for inches. 6 foot 0 inches. Lawyer, you. Boy, ha 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 ha, says Fab Daddy. LOL, Kevin, says Amanda. April says, ha 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 ha. Well, you shrink in due time, Kev. Whoa. That's a fact. I used to be 6 foot tall. No, I used to be 5'9", and now I'm 5'6", and I don't know where those inches went. They must have went out. That's all I can figure, because they didn't go up. Get them, Jake. Ha-ha. I'm not getting anybody. Making brownies now. Booyah, says Cold Creek. Ooh, that sounds delicious. I'd love to have a brownie. There it is. No dash. Fab Daddy says, I'm 6'4". Amanda says, LOL, Jake out. I know what you're referring to. I'm not repeating it. If they didn't get it, they don't need to know. Save me one, MVTV, says April. Well, it'll be all crusty and hard when you finally get it. You guys are hilarious. Hard to keep up with you. That's all right, though. I love every minute of it. It is 8:45. You guys about ready to get started? Cold Creek Croft says, I'm 6'4" as well. I'm surrounded by Nephilim, mythical giant creatures. How did y'all get so tall? Or it used to be, getting that old man stoop. Yep. Special brownies. I don't know, probably. Knowing Cold Creek Croft as I do, I would say you got a good chance of that. I will try and jam on the keyboard later for you, April. Could scan one. That might be fun. You do play keyboard, don't you? Or were you mimicking? I don't remember. April says, yes, whenever you're ready, love. I'm ready. I was born ready and I just got bigger or something. My mom hung me by my ankles as a child, says Fat Daddy. Well, my mom hit me with a stick, so I guess that's why I was short. If you saw me sitting down, you would think I was 6'4" because I've got the torso and head of a 6'4" tall man. But little tiny legs. I don't know why that is. My dad was 6'4". But I took after my mom from the waist down, apparently. Well, from the knees down, anyway. Hung me with the sheets, says Bab Daddy. That's much nicer than what happened to me. Cold Creek Croft says, oh, that green is for smoking. So sort of yes, but easier to control versus binging on half a pan of brownies. Hello, that one goofball. Welcome to the show. Hit the like button and subscribe if you wish. We're just about to get started on some serious Bible study, so buckle up. We'll see if I start typing backwards or in ancient Sumerian or something. If you do that, that will be impressive because that set of script is not on your keyboard, but I would love to see it. Hi, that one. Welcome. Pardon me. He says as he smokes his cigarette vigorously. Don't blow your nose on camera, Jake. It's not professional. That one goofball. I just liked and subbed. Thank you, sir. All right. It's time to get started, guys. It's 8:48. We're 2 minutes past schedule, so let's get to it, shall we? If you got your Bibles handy, crack them open to the great book of 2 Kings, chapter 23, verse 24, and it reads, Fab Daddy says, I just got out my politics earlier on another channel. Control-Alt for Sumerian. I got you. I think it's Control-Alt and then press a number. Michael Jackson Roblox concerts. I love Jesus. Well, you're in the right place. I love Jesus too. Come on in. April says, hi, goofball. Welcome. Hi, Michael. Welcome, says Amanda. All right, let's go. Chapter 23, verse 24 reads, moreover, the workers with familiar spirits and the wizards and the images and the idols and all the abominations that were spied in the land of Judah and in Jerusalem did Josiah put away. Josiah is the new king of Israel, or of Judah rather, and he is working right in the sight of God. He is such a good man, but too little too late. They've been screwing up for so long. God has washed his hands of these people. But because Josiah was such a righteous and good man and did all the things God asked him to do back in the old days, he told him, I'm going to pour my wrath out and I'm going to wipe Judah off the face of the earth and put them in captivity and make their lives bad. But I'll wait until you're dead before I do it. That's the concession you get for being a good man. And he's true to his word. Watch what happens. Josiah put away all those abominations. Familiar spirits are demons, by the way. Wizards are workers of archaic arts, dark arts, alchemy, and that sort of thing. Not magic like Merlin, but like spells and incantations taught by angels that men aren't supposed to know, that sort of thing. images or idols or graven statues of false idols or pictures of them. And then there's the idols themselves, which are the statues. And all the abominations, meaning passing babies through fire and worship of Molech and groves and all manner of bad things, did Josiah put away, that he might perform the words of the law which were written in the book that Hilkiah the priest found in the house of the Lord. Now keep in mind, this is quite some time since Israel has been taken out of Egypt and Moses wrote the law. This is quite a few generations past that, and they have forgotten all about it. They don't know Moses's law, so they don't even know they're sinning. Well, they found the book when they did renovations on the temple. They found Moses's law, and the king read it, and he was mortified at what he was allowing to go on around him, knowing what God wanted. So he has set about changing the nature of Israel back to the way it's supposed to be according to the law of Moses. And that's what he does in his life. And like unto him was there no king before him that turned to the Lord with all his heart and with all his soul and with all his might, according to all the law of Moses. Neither after him arose there any like him. He was the best king, period. Better than Solomon, better than David. He walked right in God's eyes, and for his actions, God did not pour his wrath out on Judah until he died. So, notwithstanding, the Lord turned not from the fierceness of his great wrath, wherewith his anger was kindled against Judah, because of all of the provocations that Manasseh had provoked him withal. Manasseh was the king prior to Josiah, and Manasseh, for lack of a better word, was a maniac. Think of Caligula times 10, if you know who that is. Caligula was a Boy Scout compared to Manasseh. So God is going to punish these people for all the sins that they committed, but not while Josiah is king. So the Lord's saying here, it's a little bit too late for you to turn and be righteous now. I'm already angry. I'm not going to not be angry. I appreciate your effort, but you should have done this 5 generations ago. I might have been a little bit softer at heart, but because all of this has been done and that last king was a doozy, I'm going to punish these people. I'm going to hurt them real bad, says God. But not until you die. And the Lord said, I will remove Judah also out of my sight, as I have removed Israel, and I will cast off this city, Jerusalem, which I have chosen, and the house of which I said my name shall be there. That's the house of God, the temple, Solomon's temple in Zion, which is in Jerusalem. God picked these people. He chose them to be his people, and they have fought him tooth and nail ever since he picked them. He put his name on this planet in that house. He used to come there physically and be with them. Not anymore. It's over. This is the time when God disappears from man. So you wonder, why don't I hear God? Why don't I see any evidence of God? This is why. Now you have to take it on faith, because he ain't playing your games anymore. You don't want to listen? That's fine. If enough of you will listen, he'll come back. But that's never going to happen, because people are people. Now, the rest of the acts of Josiah and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? Yes, they are. In his days, Pharaoh Necho, king of Egypt, went up against the king of Assyria to the river Euphrates, and King Josiah went against him and slew him at Megiddo. Ding, 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 ding. Perk your ears up. Anytime you hear the word Megiddo, pay attention to what happens there, because something very special is going to happen there later in your life. That place is going to come back into play very soon. Pay attention. What's the Lord's word? What? I know you guys are new here, so let me fix this for you. I'll do a Q&A at the end of my read, which lasts about an hour. And when I'm done, I'll answer any questions you have. But while I'm reading, pay attention. And when you ask questions about what we read, because that's what we're doing here, learning from the Bible. You know what God's word is. It says it. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. Who's the Word? Jesus Christ. Simple. Moving on. He slew him at Megiddo, and when he had seen him, sorry, big truck just went by, hitting the Jake brake because there's a stop sign down there, and that moron was going about 60 miles an hour. Not a smart move. Anyway, and his servants carried him in a chariot dead from Megiddo and brought him to Jerusalem and buried him in his own sepulchre. And the people of the land took Jehoahaz, the son of Josiah, and anointed him and made him king in his father's stead. There's the end of Josiah. He died at Megiddo, the special place I told you about. It's going to come back into play in Revelations, which is coming in your near future, coming to a city near you. So pay attention. Jehoahaz was 23 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned for 3 months in Jerusalem. Not very long. And his mother's name was Hamutal, the daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to all his father had done. His fathers, meaning not Josiah, his grandfather and his great-grandfather and his great-great-grandfather. Remember that Hebrews did not have a word for granddad. So when they say father, you have to infer who they're talking about. I mean, we know Josiah was a good king and followed God, and he was the only one that did. Everybody else was bad. So he went after the bad. And Pharaoh Necho put him in bands at Riblah and in the land of Hamath, that he might not reign in Jerusalem. And he put the land to a tribute for 100 talents of silver and a talent of gold. A talent, somebody look up how much weight a talent is, because I can't remember, but it's a lot. It was a big chunk of gold. And Pharaoh Necho made Eliakim, the son of Josiah, king in the room of Josiah his father, and turned his name to Jehoiakim. All right. So you've got Eliakim, and he changed his name to Jehoiakim. Why? Well, because names are powerful. And the word Jeho has God's name in it. Jehovah. Or Yahweh, however you want to pronounce it. They don't have J's in that language, so it's a little bit weird to read it in English. But that's what's happening. Eliakim is a plural. The word kim or im at the end of a sentence is plural. So this is something akin to this man with God when he changed his name to Jehoiakim. Does that make sense? Okay. And took Jehoahaz away, and he came to Egypt and died there. Well, Jehoahaz was a bad dude, and apparently the king of Egypt sought which king of Egypt? Pharaoh Necho. Who's Pharaoh Necho? Well, look it up. Look at the king's list, and you'll find out. He is one of the few pharaohs that worshipped the one God, right? There's another famous pharaoh that did that, and his name was escaping me at the moment. It's Tutankhamun's father. Does anybody know who it is? I can't remember the name. But he moved his capital city from Memphis, which is where all the pharaohs had their cities, to Amarna, which is a city he built separate from all the other false religions and all the other government of Egypt at that time. And he put his capital city here so that they could worship the one God. He made a strong attempt to turn Egypt Christian, and they wasn't having it. They killed him for it. So, So Jehoahaz, who ruled for 3 months and was bad, got taken away by Pharaoh Necho, and Jehoiakim is taking his place as king, which was also Josiah's son. And Jehoiakim gave the silver and gold to Pharaoh, but he taxed the land to give the money according to the commandment of Pharaoh. He exacted the silver and the gold of the people of the land, of everyone according to his taxation, to give unto Pharaoh Necho, because it was a lot of money. And Jehoiakim was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Zebudah, the daughter of Pedaiah of Ramah. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to all his fathers had done. So this didn't work either. But enter Babylon. Babylon is a big town that is gaining power ever since Abraham, back in the beginning, or close to the beginning. They've been building and building and building. Quite an advanced civilization, Babylon. But in his days, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up, and Jehoiakim became his servant for 3 years. And then he turned and rebelled against him. And the Lord sent against him bands of the Chaldees. Chaldees are like Hebrews, but in a different location. Same family of people, different group of people. And a band of the Syrians, and a band of the Moabites, and a band of the children of Ammon. All of these people are bad people sent against Jehoiakim because he's being bad, and sent them against Judah to destroy it. God sent them to Judah to destroy it, according to the word of the Lord, which he spake by his servant the prophets. Surely at the commandment of the Lord came this upon Judah, to remove them out of his sight for the sins of Manasseh, according to all that he did, and also for the innocent blood that he shed. For he filled Jerusalem with innocent blood, which the Lord would not pardon. This is an unpardonable sin. You want to know what the unpardonable sin is? Well, this is one of them. There are a couple of occasions. There's only one sin that can't be forgiven. But this one, God just wasn't having it, because this guy was killing people left and right, and they didn't deserve it. It was not good. So he did not pardon Manasseh for this sin. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoiakim and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? Yes, they are. So Jehoiakim slept with his fathers, and Jehoiachin, his son, reigned in his stead. That's very close to the same name, but not the same name. And the king of Egypt came not again any more out of his land, for the king of Babylon had taken from the river of Egypt unto the river of Euphrates all that pertained to the king of Egypt. So he's lost his power. The river of Egypt is the Nile. So from the Nile to the Euphrates, the king of Babylon has taken to be part of his kingdom and enforces it. So the king of Egypt is staying put. He ain't coming out of that little hole, because he'll probably get killed too. Jehoiachin was 18 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem for 3 months. And his mother's name was Nehushta, the daughter of Elnathan of Jerusalem. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. So there's 3 generations of evil going on after Josiah, who was a good king. You see why God's mad? He did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to all his father had done. And at that time, the servants of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up against Jerusalem, and the city was besieged. It means they surrounded it. Jerusalem has a wall around it, so they came up on the walls and besieged it. And Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came against the city, and his servants did besiege it. And Jehoiachin, the king of Judah, went out to the king of Babylon, he and his mother and his servants and his princes and his officers. And the king of Babylon took him in the 8th year of his reign. And he carried him out thence all the treasures of the house of the Lord, and the treasures of the king's house, and cut in pieces all the vessels of gold which Solomon, king of Israel, had made in the temple of the Lord, as the Lord had said. Now, you ask yourself, where is all this stuff? If it was ever real, where is it? Somebody's got it. Well, no, it was destroyed. It just told you where it was. Fab Daddy. All of them. Nobody is dead yet. Nobody has been sentenced to hell yet. All people who have ever died have made it to heaven. The Bible says that when you die, when the silver cord parts and this clay pot breaks, the spirit goes instantly back to the Father who gave it. That's where you are when you die, with the Father. Now, there will be a judgment day, and people will be judged accordingly. That hasn't happened yet. So all people made it to heaven. Hope that helps. Wait till I'm done. And he carried away all Jerusalem and all the princes and all the mighty men of valor, even 10,000 captives, and all the craftsmen and smiths. None remained, save the poorest sort of the people of the land. You want to know why the West Bank and all of those places around there are third world like? Why you could read about them being great civilizations and great powers among the world, but when you look over there today, they just look like trashy trailer parks? That's because all of their smart people, all of their powerful people, all of their rich people were taken out. There was nobody left but the poor people. Poor people are poor for a reason, because they don't have the wherewithal to get rich. That's why they're poor. They either weren't born into it, or they don't possess the faculties to become that way, or they don't possess the ethic of workmanship. Some reason you're poor. There you go. That's why they remain that way. And he carried away Jehoiachin to Babylon, and the king's mother, and the king's wives, and his officers, and the mighty of the land. Pardon me. And the mighty of the land, those carried he into captive from Jerusalem to Babylon. So now all of these people are prisoners in Babylon. And all the men of might, even 7,000, and craftsmen and smiths 1,000, all that were strong and apt for war, meaning they were built and ready to fight. Even them the king of Babylon brought captive to Babylon, undoubtedly adding them to his army. And the king of Babylon made Mattaniah, his father's brother, king in his stead, and changed his name to Zedekiah. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he began to reign. That would be Mattaniah, who is now Zedekiah. Don't get that confused. We're talking about the same guy. He was 21 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Hamutal, the daughter of Jeremiah and Libnah. This is the brother of the previous guy. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. That's 4 generations, according to all that Jehoiakim had done. For through the anger of the Lord it came to pass in Jerusalem and Judah, until he had cast them out from his presence, that Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. And it came to pass in the 9th year of his reign, in the 10th month, in the 10th day of the month, that Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon came, he and all his host, against Jerusalem, and pitched against it. And they built forts against it round about, meaning they built rampart buildings around the wall so that they could climb over and take hold. And that's what they did. I didn't use the right word, but you know what I mean. The thing that they roll up against the wall, that's what the fort is they're talking about. And the city was besieged unto the 11th year of King Zedekiah. And on the 9th day of the 4th month, the famine prevailed in the city. Why was there famine in the city? Because they had it surrounded. Nobody could get in or out, and they used up all the rivers. So there was no water coming in. There was no food coming in. So they ate what they had, and then they were out of food. Somebody's got to go out, and if they go out, they get killed. Simple as that. That's the drawback from walled cities. If you're going to have a walled city, be the guy that can win the war. Because if you can't, you're going to get stuck in that city and die. The famine prevailed against the city, and there was no bread for the people of the land. And the city was broken up, And all the men of war fled by night by the way of the gate between two walls, which is by the king's garden. Now the Chaldees were against the city round about it. And the king went the way towards the plains. And the army of the Chaldees pursued after the king and overtook him in the plains of Jericho. And all his army were scattered from him. So they took the king and brought him up to the king of Babylon to Riblah. And they gave judgment upon him. And they slew the sons of Zedekiah before his eyes, and put out his eyes, the eyes of Zedekiah, and bound him with fetters of brass and carried him to Babylon, blind and childless now. The last thing he saw was his children being murdered. Gruesome. And in the 5th month, on the 7th day of the month, which is the 19th year of King Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came Nebuzaradan. That's who I'm going to say it that way. Nebuzaradan, captain of the guard, a servant of the king of Babylon unto Jerusalem. And he burnt the house of the Lord and the king's house and all the houses of Jerusalem, and every great man's house burnt he with fire. Mean man. Fix your glasses. Fix your glasses. Shut up. Are you calling me fat? And all the armies of the Chaldees that were with the captain of the guard break down the walls of Jerusalem round about. Now the rest of the people that were left in the city, and the fugitives that fell away to the king of Babylon, with the remnant of the multitude, did Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, carry away. But the captain of the guard left of the door of the poor of the land to be vine dressers and husbandmen. So he gave them a job, in effect. He made the poor people slaves, which is actually a pretty smart move in those days, considering these circumstances. And the pillars of brass that were in the house of the Lord, and the bases, and the brazen sea that was in the house of the Lord, did the Chaldee break in pieces, and carried the brass of them to Babylon. And the pots, and the shovels, and the snuffers, and the spoons, and all the vessels of brass wherewith they ministered, took they away. And the firepans, and the bowls, and such things as were of gold in gold, and of silver in silver, the captain of the guard took away. The 2 pillars, 1 sea, the bases which Solomon made for the house of the Lord, the brass of all the vessels was without weight. Much, much, much riches coming out of the house of God. The height of 1 pillar was 18 cubits, and the chapiter or the capital upon it was brass. And the height of the chapiter or capital was 3 cubits. And the wreathen work or the lattice work around it, and the pomegranates upon the chapiter round about, or relief carvings, all of brass, and like unto these had the 2nd pillar with wreathen work. Anybody notice what's missing from this list? And the captain of the guard took Sariah, the chief priest, and Zephaniah, the 2nd priest, and the 3 keepers of the door. And out of the city he took an officer that was set over the men of war, and 5 men of them that were in the king's presence, which were found in the city, and the principal scribe of the hosts, which mustered the people of the land, and 60, 20, 40, 60 men of the people of the land that were found in the city. And Nebuzaradan, captain of the guard, took these and brought them to the king of Babylon in Riblah. And the king of Babylon smote them and slew them at Riblah in the land of Hamath. So Judah was carried away out of their land. Anybody notice what's missing from that list we just read of all these great things that were in God's house? Think about the last time you heard about it. It was quite a few generations ago, quite a few books ago, actually. But the thing that was missing was the Ark of the Covenant. They didn't get that. Imagine that. Where could it be? Jeremiah. And as for the people that remained in the land of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had left, even over them he made Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, ruler. And when all the captains of the armies, they and their men, heard that the king of Babylon had made Gedaliah governor, there came to Gedaliah to Mizpah even Ishmael, the son of Nathaniel, and Johanan, the son of Kareah, and Sariah, the son of Tanumeth, and Netophathite, Tanumeth the Netophathite, and Jazaniah, the son of a Macathite. That's a hard word to say. They and their men. And Gedaliah sware to them and to their men, and said unto them, Fear not to be the servants of the Chaldees. Dwell in the land, and serve the king of Babylon, and it shall be well with you. Here we go again with this government thing. Do what the government says. Take that jab, wear that mask, and everything will be all right. You don't wear that mask, you'll be chastised and made fun of and canceled. Do what the government says. Just follow my rule, and everything will be well with you. But don't follow my rule, and you'll get your head cut off. That's what happens when you lose your liberty, folks. Be careful how you vote in the next couple of elections, because it's coming to a city near you. I promise. Write it down that I said so. Don't forget that I said it. I'm saying it right here live for your viewing pleasure. Write it down. Be careful how you vote. Pay attention to who is running. Pay attention to what their attributes are and their past behaviors have been. Pay attention to what they have done already. Vote with your conscience and your heart, not with your ears and your eyes. Because if you don't think this can happen now, you're not paying attention, because it's already happening now. But it came to pass in the 7th month that Ishmael, the son of Nathaniel, the son of Elishama, of the seed royal, that's Judah, came, and 10 men with him, and smote Gedaliah, that he died, and the Jews and the Chaldees that were with him at Mizpah. So Judah is going to take back over. And all the people, both small and great, and the captains of the armies arose and came to Egypt, for they were afraid of the Chaldees. And it came to pass in the 7th and 13th year of the captivity of Jehoiachin, that the king of Judah, in the 12th month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, that evil Merodach, king of Babylon, funny that evil is in his name, evil Merodach. How about that for a name? King of Babylon, in the year that he began to reign, did lift up the head of Jehoiachin, king of Judah, out of prison. Why? He's got some nefarious things on his mind. And he spake kindly to him, and set his throne above the throne of the kings that were with him in Babylon, and changed his prison garments. And he did eat bread continually before him all the days of his life. And his allowance was a continual allowance given him of the king, a daily rate for every day, all the days of his life. Why? Keep him busy, that's why. Because that's what kings do. They look out for each other. Some of them try to kill each other, but this guy, evil Merodach, he wanted to learn the evil that this guy had done. So he set him up, made him a good home, made him a good living. He didn't have to be in prison anymore. He fed him, he took care of him. Just teach me what you know. I wonder what this evil guy's going to do with that knowledge. We shall see next time in the first book of the Chronicles. That will be next Sunday. That's where we're going to stop for today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you found something you liked tonight. I hope it touched your heart. I hope it causes you to reach out with both hands to your Father and build a relationship with him. Do that. Speak to him. Tell him what's on your mind. Tell him what's on your heart, and see what happens. What do you have to lose? Literally nothing but time. That's it. That's all you got. While you consider that, Please hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you get notifications when I'm going to be online and when my new videos drop. Smash that like button. There's 10 people in chat and only 9 likes. That math don't add up. Hit the button. It's free. It's effortless. It really does help the channel with the algorithms. Helps us get recommended to other people. Won't you do that, please? Share this video with somebody you love. Better yet, share it with somebody you don't love. Bring them into the family. Make them part of the fold. Be part of their solutions, not part of their problems. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking about. Question me, curse me, bless me, challenge me, confront me, conform with me, drink my Kool-Aid. Make your own Kool-Aid. As long as you're thinking critical, that's what I want. Critical thought coming from that brain of yours. And hey, if you love the Word of God and you can see the value in what I'm trying to build here, and you'd like to help out with that, or if you feel led to send your tithes, offerings, or love offerings to this humble ministry, or if you just like to pat me on the back and say, hey, good job, Jake, here's a cup of coffee. You can do that. You can support my work by going to paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand, paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. Or if you're a Cash App user, you can go to $JakeJohnsonBand, all one word, $JakeJohnsonBand. Every little bit helps, and I need it. So it's a win-win. It's a blessing to me, your gifts and your contributions, but it's a blessing to you too, because we live in a reciprocal universe. Ask, and it shall be answered. Knock, and it shall be opened. Give, and you shall receive. That's the truth. That's how God has it set up. He's already done his part. He's waiting on you. Do your part. That's all I'm asking. And I appreciate it. I really do, and I'll do everything in my power to be worthy of it. And as always, I will answer every single question and comment you have from the get-go, like I do every time. And I got a lot of scrolling to do because you guys have been chatty. So let me get to it. All right. I think I started around. Hi, Nagaya. Welcome. Hello. Amanda says, vlogs. Hi, welcome back. That one goofball. What's the Lord's word? I believe I described that. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. For a more in-depth answer to that question, go back in my videos to the very first time you see the words Genesis 1:1 and watch that video, and I break down into detail every word of Genesis 1:1 all the way through. And I show you that not only was Jesus there first, but he was before the name of God. God is the house. Jesus is the master. He is God. Go back and look for yourself. Trust me, I break it down into ancient Hebrew, and then I break it down into modern Hebrew, and I break it down in English so you understand where this all comes from. So go check that out, and I hope that helps. That one goofball. April says, welcome back, nigga. Fab Daddy says, if I died tonight, know I died praying for all the people I know to find heaven. Well, they will. And your prayer has been answered. They will. Every single soul that has ever lived, when it died, has gone to heaven. Kevin says, the ancient Chinese name for Megiddo is Juanita. You might be wrong to something there, buddy. I used to live in Juanita. I know. Look it up in the ancient Chinese redneck handbook. No joke, baby. April says, everybody hit that like button. Good to see you all here. Enjoy Bible study. Much love. Fab Daddy says, yes, that means all my cyber friends too. Thank you, Fab Daddy. I could use that prayer. And I pray for you too. Amanda says, 129 pounds and 4 ounces. Is that you? Really? You go, girl. I don't know what you're talking about, but I hope that's you. April says, amen, Fab Daddy. You just have to have faith and ask Jesus into your heart as your Savior and mean it. And what she means by that is you cannot con God. He already knows who you are. He knows every thought you're ever going to have. Before the foundations of the earth, I knew you, said God. I knew who you were. I already planned on your existence, you personally. He knows who you are. He knows what you're going to do. So when you turn your life to God, you better damn well mean it. When you repent of your sins, you better damn well mean it. And sin no more. If you do that, your life will get exponentially better and more positive and more happy and longer. Check it out if you don't believe me. Fab Daddy says, I think I ask for favor. It means more. No, it does not. It means favor. It means to like you, to give special privilege to you. Doesn't mean you're getting any more. Just means that you're special. That's what favor is. Favor can change your life, by the way. If somebody likes you and gives to you, it can change your life. It can make you into a better human being. That's what we all should endeavor to be, someone who gives someone else favor, especially if we're successful, because that person may be struggling and you might be able to change their life, the trajectory of their whole family, just by being nice, just by sharing what you know. So think about that when you make it where you're going. Who cares about the ancient Chinese? Come on, says April. Well, it's actually quite interesting that you should say that, because the ancient Chinese was based on the Garden of Eden. They changed it later when they went into pantheistic religions. But the original Chinese people who were descended from the Noah's Ark, that would be Shin's children, Shin's children, Ham, Japheth, and Shem. His children went that way. So, yes, we care about the ancient Chinese. We care about all things ancient. April says, that's not a favor, it's a blessing in your soul. That's right. Fab Daddy says, I pray I meet you all. The after party is going to be a blast. All in the after. I pray I meet you all in the after party. The afterlife. Yeah, I got you. April says, you see, we don't bow down to Buddha. God said, I am God, and not to have any idols or gods before him. Correct. Commandment number 1. I am the Lord your God. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Commandment number 2, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact line, but you should have no graven images, no idols, no statues, no pictures, no crosses, none of that stuff. God don't like that. We get it, Fab Daddy. Same here, my friend, says Kevin Cox. April says, me too. Kevin says, April, where are you at? Fab Daddy says, how many people from the Bible made it to heaven? All of them. Fab Daddy says, more than 2/3? More than 2/3. All of them. April says, I just texted you, Kevin. April says, everyone so far, Judgment Day has not come yet. Correct. Fix your glasses, says Smunch. It doesn't matter if I fix my glasses. My eyes are crooked. Fab Daddy says, I have seen evil. No room in the after party for that, but I will forgive. Well, you now are playing with a logical fallacy. I want you to consider this. If you've seen evil, if you know for a fact in your heart that pure evil exists, then you should infer that pure good exists, because the fact that you can recognize evil means you must have seen good at some point in order to be able to compare it and know it's evil. So if there's a devil, there's most certainly a God. So that question should be moot in your mind. You should know that just by the nature of existence itself, the fact you can even have that thought should tell you there's a God, there's something above you. That's logic. So hopefully that helps and brings new meaning to what I'm doing here for you. I hope you understand that. I hope you can see it. Amanda says, hi, Smunch. Welcome. Louis Busquez, welcome back. Hello, I'm back. You are back. Amanda says, welcome back, Louis. Kevin Cox says, April is here. Finally, victory. You made it. For he does not know what he should. For he does not know what he should. For he does not know what he should. I don't know what you're referring to. Kevin Cox says, hi, Louis and Smunch. Erica Randall, hi. Hi, Erica, welcome. Amanda says, hi, Erica, welcome. April says, Erica, welcome. April says, Louis, good to see you. Welcome. April says, Smutch, good to see ya. Fab Daddy says, 12 is an interesting number. Yes, and it appears everywhere. It appears in the disciples. It appears in music. It appears everywhere. 12 is a very powerful number. Look it up. You'd be surprised how many times that number pops up. And the number 3, and the number 7, and the number 9, and the number pi, and the number that is the speed of light, which we all know now, after much debate and much argument, that the speed of light is not constant. It does change, but it starts out at a speed, and that speed is a very important number. Please hit the like button. Stay and listen to Bible study, says April. Please do. April says, interesting, comes after 11, LOL, which I was born on that day, 4/11, LOL. Yeah, it does come after 11, but 11 is not nearly as significant as 12. They weren't 11 disciples or 11 notes on the music scale or 11 months in the year, on and on and on and on and on. Or there weren't 11 joints in your fingers. I got black coffee too, but with sugar, says Fab Daddy. Me too. Love you, Jake. We appreciate you, hon. I love you and I appreciate you too. And thank you for being here and thank you for working so hard in the chat and keeping everybody straight. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you for all that you do. You are, as I've said many, many, many times, the wind that pushes my wings. Great read, Jake, says Amanda. Thank you, dear. April says, yes, great read. Thank you, April. Amanda says, 129 pounds and 4 ounces is a talent, LOL. Well, there you go. That's what a talent is. 129 pounds and 14 ounces. 130 pounds of gold and silver. That person, hey, welcome. Hi, that person, says Amanda. That person says, hey, Amanda. April says, that person, welcome. April says, smiley face. That's right. And I made it. I'm at the bottom of the chat. Any questions, comments, criticisms, catharses, catalogs, corruptions, caterpillars, whatever you got, throw it at me. I'll take it. Now is the time. If you got to know, ask. I'll answer you. And I'll be right because that's what my job is. To be right. Pay attention. And if you think I'm wrong, you'd be incorrect. Tire change? Fat Daddy, I have a tire. Now I need to buy a magneto because my magneto, the magnets have busted all out of it and I can't go anywhere. So I'm kind of stranded right now until I can get that magneto. It's not very expensive. It's like $50, but it's just another thing to go wrong. But I got the tire. So that's done or doing. It's in the process of being done. No sense in rushing it because I can't move the bike anyway until I get the magneto put in. But it's just a little hub with magnets around it like that. It goes over the stator. And that's what the stator passes through to cause the charge to go to the battery. The magnets were busted all the heck and back. I did fix the starter, was buzzing because the little washer that holds the bolt in place disintegrated. I don't know where it went. It's probably what busted the magnets, but it's gone. And I had another one, so I fixed that. So that's fixed. Stator's fixed. The tire's fixed. Now I just got to put the magneto on and put her back together and fill it full of oil, and I'm ready to rock and roll. It's just a process, buddy. Pardon me. I'm a little under the weather tonight, if you can't tell. Deal with it. I blow my nose. I'm human. But yes, Fab Daddy, thank you for asking. I'm working on it, man. Hard as I can go. You see all the grease around my fingers? I do clean up nice, though, but I got grease in my fingernails. It don't come out so easy. And I got out and burned off a bunch of trash today, so that was fun. Nice bonfire. Cleaned up my yard a little bit. trimmed up the driveway some. And I'm coming up on a whole week that I'm going to be off work for a whole week. So I'm going to get some stuff around the house done, I think. King Lock. Are you a king? Are you king of a lock? Are you in Scotland? I have so many questions. I asked what the Fourth Amendment was in this stream chat for a test and ended up getting it right. Well, see, I told you. Okay, everyone, I'm eating love. You all true. God bless. Sweet dreams, y'all. Much love. Well, don't leave now. I didn't leave when you got here. April says, hi, King. Welcome. You can't eat and watch TV at the same time? That's all right. I understand. You go and do your thing. I love you. Thanks to whoever answered the new Fourth Amendment and knew the Fourth Amendment. KNEW. King, welcome back, says Amanda, and that would be who answered you, I would think. Somebody might have answered, but I think she did. Did you? Was that you? I remember this transaction, but I can't remember who did it. Well, there you go. Stop it. What's the Third Amendment? Nice stash, bro. Harry, thank you, sir. I've been working on it a while. Appreciate it. Oh, I'll stay here till the end. I love you, baby. You ain't got to do that. I was just teasing you. Yes, it was me and Fab, I think. Me and Fab. So both of them answered you. King Lock says, oh, it was Amanda. Thanks for that info. You're welcome. Fab said, I answered the fourth. But I think both of you did. It's been a while. I'd have to go back and look, but I understand. Hi, Harry. Welcome, says Amanda. The third is no quartering of troops, which is what they did in Washington when they had all the troops staying in the parking garages because they were scared they were going to get insurrected by a bunch of old people that forgot to bring their guns. Not a good look. Hi, Amanda, says Harry. You were right, Cold Creek Croft. There are a lot of interesting people getting ready to pop in. Did you have anything to do with that? Welcome, all newcomers. Please hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you get notifications. And hit the like button. I blame the CCC. You blame Cold Creek Croft? It could be him. What? I asked if you had anything to do with all these wonderful new people coming in. Have you been out there being a good soldier? April is winning on the gambling machine. Yeah, excellent. I hope you make lots of money. Fab Daddy says, yep, he has everything to do with the cool peeps joining. That's awesome. Well, I'm grateful. Thank you very much. And welcome all new people. He's being facetious, LOL. He could be. Could be facetious. Nope. I was noticing just that new people were showing up and a lot of interesting ones. The hell I can do about guiding people here? Well, you could share the video. You could go on other platforms and talk about this show. There's lots of things you could do. That's up to you, though. You could make videos about it. You could do all kinds of things. Mountain Dew, my favorite. You have tried Voltage? Have you tried Voltage? I have tried Voltage, and I'm not real big fan of taurine, which is what they put in those energy drinks. And but I like Mountain Dew. It does the job plenty. But I have tried Voltage, and I've tried all the other flavors too, and I don't really like. I like the melon one okay, and I like Code Red okay, but I stick to the Mountain Dew. Harry says, I will shout about this show from the rooftops. Well, here's the thing about this show, just so you know, there's no Bible thumpery going on here. Hell, I won't even pray for you if you don't ask me to. It's not that kind of thing. What we do is we look at the Bible academically, chapter, verse, book, explanation, understanding. That's it. That's what we do. We read the Bible and explain it and make sure everybody understands what's going on, because that's what we're supposed to do. Your salvation is between you and God, and it's not my job. Is that bull semen? Is what bull semen? Hi, Harry. Good to see you. Cole Creekcroft says, I could raise your audience by about 34 to 127 to 500 in mere minutes, depending on how many Angus are outside at any time. That's about my influence. You'd be surprised what you could do when God tells you what to do. You'd be surprised, but that's entirely up to you. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just telling you can do that. There are things you can do if you want to. I think you're doing fine, personally. Showing up is a big plus. That helps. Being interested, trying to learn, trying to grasp. The word Israel, transliterated, literally means to wrestle with God. So if you're not struggling with it, you're not Christianing right. That's my opinion. IDK, how are you? How are you? I'm fine. Fantastic, in fact. Welcome to the show. Just clarifying, I have had nothing to do with this sudden influx of new people. I got you. IDK, good. I think I hit 600 subscribers, and they just started jacking me up. I think that's kind of what it is, or something, 500, whatever the number is, 450. I reached a certain plateau, and they started propagating the video out to people. I think that's what happened. Hi, IDK. Welcome, says April. IDK says hi. I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you find something you like here, and I hope you come back for more. We're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Sunday is at 8 o'clock. Friday is at 8:30. Wednesday is at 8:30. Monday is at 8:30. Eastern Standard Time in the United States of America. Fab Daddy says, I love you guys. May you all have a safe Halloween. And if you have candy, share it. Most dentists will agree with me. I'm sure they will. We love you too, Fab, says Amanda. And yes, we do. And please do be safe on Halloween. I know it's a time when people get out and do their thing. And, you know, it's not really a Christian thing, but it is a cultural thing. So go do it and have fun. Just remember where you're at and check your candy. Don't be stupid. Stay in neighborhoods, safe neighborhoods. And have a great night. And with that, I'm going to bid you adieu because I do have to get up and go to work in the morning. Thank you all for everything that you do. Please like, subscribe, and share. And if you can possibly swing it, I could use a little support. I appreciate that very much. And if not, that's fine too. Cold Creek Croft says, well, I painted your info on the barn roof, but the only ones close enough to see it are the aerial predator control planes. They have internet, don't they? But yet, you're popular with that group. I hear you, brother. That's whatever you want to do is fine with me. Just be here. That's what I'm asking. And, you know, keep being here. It's a good thing. We got a good thing going here. We got a great community. Great people here. Night all. See you all Wednesday. Be safe, says Amanda. Have a great night. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping the chat popping and being so interesting and just saying all the right stuff. April says, everyone have a safe Halloween and see you Wednesday, loves. Good night, all. Much love. And for those of you that stuck around, here's a little bonus for you. Tomorrow night, I'm going to air my Halloween special. So check that out at 8:30 after you get done with the candy. I think you'll love it. Go check it out. See what happens. Get to see a different side of me for a change. Voided Dragon, welcome to the show. Be safe, he says. Or she, who knows. Could be a female dragon. Could be a void in the dragon. Could be neither. Could be both. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to the show. Far Out, says Cole Creecroft. Yeah, man, check it out. I think you'll like it. Tomorrow night at 8:30. But probably any time after that. LOL, says Voided Dragon. All right, I'm out of here. Have a great night, everybody. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for just being interested. Have a great night. Have a fun Halloween, and I'll see you Wednesday. Thanks for watching.